Hello. I am sharing something today that I feel, one, is very difficult to share with you, and two, I think it's kind of the abnormal thing that usually is shared amongst social media, whether it's a status update or a picture or a video. I think what we tend to share on social media is the positive, great highlights that make our life look smooth and easy, and I think that there are parts of our lives that are worth sharing, that are smooth and easy, but I think there's things that if we were honest and real with each other and we were willing to share them, maybe they would make some connections between us that maybe would help us heal or help us grow. And so today I'm hoping that in being obedient and sharing something that's really kind of raw for me right now, it will bring hope or encouragement, or maybe even punch some holes and some darkness that surrounds us, just so we know that we're not alone. And a few years ago, probably a lot of years ago really, I was asked to bow out and sit down and do some healing and some repairing and some soul searching, and during that process I wrote a book. And something I never ever wanted to do, something I really to this day don't feel qualified to do. I'm not a writer. I don't follow all the rules, and I'm probably every English teacher's nightmare. But I did it, and during that process I did a lot of healing and a lot of repairing, and coming to find some huge truths that were life-changing for me. And so I get to the point where I finished this book, which took place on the island that we find ourselves living on. So I thought that in itself was really cool. But now it's finished, and it's in a really safe spot. It's on my laptop, so it's between me and God, and it stays there. However, the next step was I was directed to do was to then start sending that as a manuscript to publishers. And for any of you that have heard about the process, or maybe even done the process yourself, you know it's really not, one, it's not fun, and two, it's super hard, and thought the book writing process was hard. The next step of sending it off and letting others read your words and then critique them back to you, or tell you what you could have done different or better, or is not fun. And last night I found myself shedding quite a few tears, for this space that I find myself in is really dark and lonely and scary, and it would be so easy for me just to say, you know what, I don't want to go any further, I don't want to do this. But the core of who I am, deep down in that place of my soul, I know that that process wasn't about me fully. It wasn't just for me to experience. I know what I went through was so that I could stand alongside somebody else and say, you're worth it, and your life matters, and you have purpose here. And so, as hard as it is for this publishing process and all that it entails, I will choose to be obedient, and I will choose to follow through. I don't know what that'll look like. Maybe that's 10 years from now. Maybe that's 20 years from now. I don't know. But I do know I will do it because I believe that somebody else either needs to hear those words, see those words, read those words. And that's living life on purpose. That's punching holes in darkness for somebody else. And so thank you for watching this video, because I know sometimes we don't want to share the hard parts in our lives, and we don't want people to know that we struggle. But it's okay, because we all do. And when we're open and honest with each other, I think that's what makes life easier to live, to get through. And so if you find yourself in a place today that feels really hard or lonely or dark, please know that you're not alone. And if there's anything I can do, I'm going through it right now. I'm walking through this journey, and I believe in the purpose of the journey. I believe that it's worth it, and so I will keep walking. And I just want to encourage you, wherever you find yourself, to do the same, friends. I love you.